Hello, today I'm going to show you through the customer side of the Skyhook website. So we're starting here on the homepage, and you can see this is where we've got a nice little video and a bit of a blurb about Skyhook. What most customers do is they read a little bit of that, scroll down, and then you can see straight away the most popular trips. So you can start scrolling through these, for example. And at the same time, you can also see the trips near you. So these are usually just from the country that you're in. And you can see again ordered by how popular they are or actually how well rated they are. That's the main stuff on the homepage. You can see just a little bit extra in the footer. You can sort of sign up to the newsletter and change currency and things like that. But one of the most common things to do actually is to go further and click find a trip. This is backed with Algolia, by the way. This is sort of a great way to search for different trips. So you can choose by activity. You could choose by, say, by country here. And let's say we're going to actually look for Everest Base Camp. So I could type in Everest, and you'll see this updates automatically. So you can see there's quite a lot of Everest trips actually, but Everest Base, if we do Everest Base Camp, you can see this one at the top, and then click through for that. So here we are on the Everest Base Camp trip, which is in Nepal. First thing you see is the itinerary item. So this is really the details about each day of the trip. Customers spend quite a lot of time on this part, actually. And I should say, for all these images, you can click on them and you get this nice view where you can sort of scroll through the images instead for all of the itinerary items and see what the customer, what you sort of expect from the trip. Scrolling down, we've got the booking section. I'll come back to that in a sec. The next part is the review section. So this is really important, makes a big difference to bookings. And you can see here, they're all real verified reviews. So people have actually gone on Skyhook trips, and they can put their sort of comments in here. And then finally, we've got the FAQs. So these are actually ordered by how much they're read, basically. So you can see the most common question asked is what's included in the trip. Second most common is, am I fit enough? Kind of as you'd expect, and has quite a lot of details for you. So what we can do then is we can go ahead and look to book a trip. So let's say we want one in 2023, and we click book. Now I'm actually already signed into the website here, so it goes straight to the payments page. What I actually want to show you is, sorry, before I show you this, let me just show you the view of your logged out. So if I go back to that sort of booking page, here we go. You can see that you can sort of sign in with Facebook or Google. So you see that here, and that's really common. And then you go through to the next step. Great. Okay, what we're going to do now is going to go over to the test website. And the reason for that is I want to book a trip, and obviously I can't do that with real payment details. So here I am on the test website for Everest trip. Really quite similar. I'm going to go ahead and book a 3rd of March trip. So let's go ahead and book that. Again, I'm already logged in, so it'll just load up like this. First thing you can do is choose how many spaces you want. So let's say I want 2 spaces for myself and a friend. You can see the price here. So this trip is quite cheap for summiting Everest. 2 spaces. You can see the balance and when it's due, and then the deposit due now. So I can go ahead and put in my details. Let's say I'm Alex Honnold. This is the billing address, by the way. And then if I click next, this is actually going to load up a third-party payments provider. You might have seen this on other websites. This is with Trust My Travel, who cover some of these sort of package travel regulations for us. So I'll put in their dummy credit card numbers, and then I will click pay. This will just take a second because it's on the development site, and you'll see it's loading up now. Hopefully that will go through. Whilst it's doing this, there we go. I should say that every time we create a change to the website and release it to sort of staging or test environments, it creates a sort of unique website like this. So each pull request has its own website where we can see the new feature before it goes live. Anyway, here we go. So we're booked on. Nice little bit of feel-good stuff. And then the thing people usually do is either go and look at the booking or directly start and say, do you know what, I'm going to go message the other guests and say hello. Rather than do it using this directly, I'm going to go into my dashboard. Now, I've already set up a few test trips here, so here we got quite a few. But this is my dashboard. So as I said, registered here as Alex Honnold. Let's have a look in the profile first of all. So you can sort of set your details, phone number, change your profile picture, etc., etc. Bear in mind, this is a test site, so the test data doesn't always work, but there we go. So you can see if someone's uploaded some previous images. When you upload, you actually get to choose the source, so you can upload straight from Facebook or Google Drive, etc., etc. We find that just helps people upload their profile pictures, and we really want that. We really want the sort of social element of all of this. Let's cancel that for now, and let's have a look at our Everest trip. So here we go. So this is where the customer can see all of their booking details. So here's my trip, starts on 3rd of March. Got my unique booking ID if I want to get some support on that. And then we have all these sections where you can sort of see more details. So first thing I should say, I'm the booking owner at the moment, but that doesn't mean I have to be the guest. I might have booked it for someone else, but also I might have booked it for myself. So what we do, and we send some reminders nearer to the trip date, but we want people to say who's actually going on this trip. And you can either do that yourself, or you can send an invite to someone. So if you think 90% of our users are doing this on their phone, they click that and it opens the usual mobile thing. This is the desktop version, but where you can sort of email or send it via WhatsApp or whatever you want to do. Or you can add your guest details yourself. Now, so here we go. I can say this one is me. Obviously, pre-populates the information it already knows. Here on this demo trip, I've asked for basically lots of information. So like, when am I arriving, what date, etc., etc. So that's the guest information. The invoice is kind of as you'd expect. This is just your payment details. I can see my first transaction here. Of course, I can pay the balance using a similar tool to booking. Trip info. So this is actually the FAQs again ordered in terms of how often they're read. You can sort of see the details here. The itinerary, it's very simple for this test trip, but you can imagine that usually has quite a lot of information in there, again from the trip page. And then this is what customers do a lot of the time, is sort of the contact stuff. So you can contact your guide directly using the Skyhook messaging system. I'll show you that in a second. You can actually also chat with other team members, which is great. And then finally, I can cancel or change my date. So let's say I want to cancel just one space. It'll say, great, okay, you won't receive a refund, unfortunately, but you will receive a lifetime deposit credit, which is something we offer at the moment. You've got the terms and conditions here, and then you can confirm if you actually want to do that. For now, let's go ahead and chat with the guide. So I will jump straight into this, but we'll go back to the messaging system in a second. So what you can see here, which is quite cool, is it's automatically set up a chat. Now I've got previous bookings, but you see each time you make a booking, it adds this into the chat so the guide can really quickly see what you're talking about. So it says, I've got 2 spaces on Everest Base Camp. This is the one I actually just booked. And there's also an automatic message that guides can set, which says, hey, my name is so-and-so. I'm your guide on this trip. Really nice to meet you, which just creates a personal feel. And of course, we can reply straight back to that. So let's just send a quick message, and you'll see that sort of appears straight away. You can also access messaging directly from here. Again, just please bear in mind it's slightly slower on the test site because we don't have fast resources running to save money. But you can see there's a variety of chats here. The group trip will only have me in it. I think it's this one here, so no one in at the moment. But I can sort of send a message here, and with other customers booked on the same trip, you can start to chat to other customers. And this is super popular. So lots of people will go onto the site straight after they've booked and say, hey guys, my name is so-and-so. I've booked, really nice to meet you. Are you guys arriving the day before? How are you getting there? Etc., etc. Really, really sociable. And that's really the main part of the components. I'll just show you a couple of other sort of sign-in pieces. So discounts tab, this is really useful. So you can sort of take this into your store, works really well on your phone as well, and it gives you sort of discount codes. So here we go for different providers. And then on the contact page, so you'll see that now I've got some trips booked. The contact page puts them right at the top. And that's super useful because by far the most common question we get is, hey, can I change my dates? Or more, actually even more often, hey, I've got a specific question about this trip. And so you probably either want to, like I say, cancel or change your dates. You can do that right here. Or you can message your guide directly. On top of that, we've got some coronavirus FAQs there at the moment, and then some just a regular contact form if you want to contact Skyhook directly. Great. Okay, so that's the main part of the sort of logged in experience for customers. I'll create a separate video to show some of the sort of the host, the guide side of things. Thanks for watching.